It is Friday, and we like Fridays around here. It's 7th day of February, 2025. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host. Another chilly morning, fairly clear skies. It ain't real warm. In fact, I can safely say it's cold. It's 21 degrees. But that 21-degree temperature is going to feel downright balmy. Compared to what we got coming next week, it's going to get really cold. Our normal afternoon high is 39. We'll be nowhere close to that. For the foreseeable future, more cold Arctic air is going to seep into our area. Single-digit overnight lows for the Wenatchee Valley coming up. Yeah, got cold. And some locations, especially the north of us, right about 0 for the overnight lows. I know it's February, but I mean, going to be cold. Well, we'll see sunshine. There's your trade-off there. Forecast details in its entirety are on the way, as is the news, as you know by now. Sports, got it. Kraken not playing particularly good hockey. Toronto got the better part of them last night. They just can't seem to score any goals. Plus, believe it or not, some of the winter high school sports are into the playoff mode, and the girls bowling team from Eastmont and Wenatchee High School are in Tukwila for the state bowling championships. We'll talk about that. And our last two top 10 candidate interviews in the back half of the program. We are ramped up and ready to go for the big royalty selection pageant tomorrow night in America Performing Arts Center. We'll take to the air with Eric and Julie at 6:30. The show itself, the pageant, begins at 7 o'clock. I checked with the box office. We were there last night. They did their dress rehearsal. We were there, camera blocking, running cables, all that other stuff. So we would be ready to go tomorrow night. And I talked to the ticket guy, and he said there was about 35 tickets left, and that's it. And they were all pretty much in the balcony. By the way. So if you can't make it to the America Pack tomorrow, it's one of the most watched programs we do all year. The Royalty Selection Pageant, brought to you by Cashmere Valley Bank. We'll have it for you. The last two candidates, you're going to hear from Addie Sangster and Yasmin Perez. This is a good group of gals, and they'll whittle it down from 10 to 3 on Saturday night. Those two interviews in the back half of the program. One slide to show for you, and you're going to look at this, you're going to go, wow. Look at the bracketed slides at the very bottom of your screen. These are your forecast overnight lows and afternoon highs for the middle of next week. Yeah, just plain cold. Republic is going to be cold. Omak, cold. Everybody's going to be cold. Absolutely the coldest stretch of the year so far. The coldest we've been all year long is I think we got down to 9 degrees at one point last month. We're going to be below that by the middle of next week as this Arctic air continues to seep into the region. How long it's going to hang around? Probably quite a bit. And by the way, there, as you can see, there some locations will see their overnight lows dip below 0. So get ready for some cold temperatures, like it hasn't already been cold enough. We only hit 25 yesterday. Our normal high is 39, so we were 14 degrees below normal. But the days are still getting longer by about 3 minutes a day. Sunrise this morning will be at 7:18. Sunset this afternoon, 5:13. 9 hours and 55 minutes of daylight. We'll go over the 10-hour mark, by the way, on Sunday. All right, in detail from the National Weather Service. Did I mention we're in for a cold snap? Well, we are. 32 our forecast high today. That is below normal with lots of sunshine. A few clouds expected tonight, 17 for the overnight low. You're going to wake up tomorrow with some clouds and some fog. The fog will burn off. The clouds won't. It'll be fairly cloudy on Saturday with a high of 31, 16 for the overnight low on Saturday night. I'm glad I'll be inside. Thank you very much. Sunshine returns Sunday, high of 31, and then the real cold air begins to creep down. Monday, we're only going to get to 27, 7 for the overnight low Monday night, 6 for the overnight low Tuesday night, 8 for the overnight low Wednesday night. Is there relief in sight from the cold temperatures coming our way? Nope. Don't shoot the messenger. It's from the National Weather Service. We're going to take a break and come back with your headlines. You're watching a Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular, family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. Warm up with one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Clear skies, sun's starting to come up. We're at 21 degrees. We'll be right around the freezing mark for the afternoon high today. A gradual cooling trend, downright just real cold for almost all of next week. Be prepared. It's 7 minutes after the hour. 2 to Leavenworth men pled guilty on Wednesday in unrelated cases involving child pornography. In Chelan County Superior Court, 55-year-old Michael J. Ross pleaded guilty to 3 counts of dealing in sexually explicit images of a minor. Sheriff's detectives arrested Ross in February of 2023 at his home based on evidence that he'd uploaded child sexual abuse material to the internet. Ross was working at the time as a registered nurse at Cascade Medical Center in Leavenworth. He's been in jail ever since. He now faces a possible 6-year prison term when he's sentenced. That will be in April. And another child porn suspect, Kyman Rain Matthews, 26 years old, arrested in September of 2023. He admitted on Tuesday to possessing 2 explicit images of children. He was initially accused of sharing the files across Snapchat. Matthews, who's been in jail for the last 15 months, is likely to be sentenced to 3 years in prison. Washington's Department of Children, Youth, and Families has broad protection from a lawsuit over the death of an East Wenatchee toddler. That was the ruling yesterday from the Washington State Supreme Court. The High Court said in a 7-1 decision that the family of 2-year-old Rustin Atkerson would have to prove gross negligence in order to win a jury verdict against DCYF. Rustin died of a massive brain injury in 2017. Child Protective Services agents did not remove the boy from his mother's home in the 2 weeks before that injury, despite evidence he was being abused. 3 years ago, Chelan County Judge Kristen Ferreira cleared the way for Rustin's family to sue the agency under a much lower burden of proof. Well, the Supreme Court ruling overturns that and gives DCYF a wide degree of immunity from liability in child welfare investigations. One member of the court, Justice Charles Johnson, dissented from his peers, saying the ruling would protect DCYF even when its actions cause severe harm to a child. One other justice recused themselves from that case. Several NCW library locations are scheduled to host Know Your Rights sessions over the next couple of months. The presentations are in collaboration with the Northwest Immigrant Rights Project. That's a nonprofit focused on legal services and community education. The Peshastin Library will hold the first session. That'll be on Saturday, February 22nd, followed by Royal City. That'll be Wednesday, February 26th, and the Quincy Public Library on Monday, March 3rd. The final 3 presentations will happen on Tuesday, March 11th in Cashmere, Wednesday, March 12th in Brewster, and Thursday, March 20th in Chelan. Each session will be held in Spanish. Attendees are encouraged to arrive early. With more information, you can go to the NCW Library's website. Well, Grant County PUD General Manager and CEO Rich Wallen will depart from his role. He's going to rejoin his old boss, Georgia-based Oglethorpe Power. Walden worked with Oglethorpe Power before joining the PUD in 2017. He will return to the Georgia company as its new Chief Operating Officer and Executive Vice President. Walden will officially vacate his Grant County PUD position on the last day of next month. It's the second time Walden has planned to leave the Grant PUD. You might remember he submitted his resignation last May. He was going to join the Chelan County PUD, only to withdraw that resignation 2 weeks later. Grant County PUD Commission President Terry Pyle says the PUD is committed to developing a smooth transition plan as it seeks to replace Walden. And Family Resource Home Care announced the acquisition of the East Wenatchee Home Health Care Service Company, Beneficial in Home Care. Family Resource is based in Liberty Lake. It's the largest Pacific Northwest-based independent home care agency. They have about 35 locations across Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Colorado. The company provides a large range of senior services, housekeeping, dementia support, respite care. Beneficial in-home care CEO Corey Ross said in a press release that the company was elated when Family Resource expressed interest in buying their company, and that move will open the door to provide even greater support for both clients and caregivers. And that's a quick look at what's making news at 11 minutes after the hour. It's been a busy week, and if you don't believe me, watch the news tonight. We are going to have to cram a lot into a half-hour newscast, but we're pretty good at doing that. The evening news at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. 5, 6, and 10 on television, and we know that doesn't necessarily work in your schedule, or you're unplugged from TV, or you're all internet, doesn't matter. We'll have it for you right around 5 o'clock every Monday through Friday. You can watch the news by going to our homepage, NCWLIFE.com, our Facebook page, or our YouTube page. And if you're out and about and you see something that might be newsworthy, best thing to do is send us an email, because a bunch of folks around here get that. Our email address is news@ncwlife.com. Sports is next in 2 minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from less.
Central Washington Water is your solution for problem water. Whether you're on a well or municipal water, they can design a clean water system custom to you. Soft water eliminates water spots and scaling on fixtures. It protects appliances from hard water damage, saving you money. Soft water reduces soap usage that causes skin irritation and is a healthier choice to drink. Call for a free in-home consultation or stop by the store to have your water tested. Central Washington Water, your best water solution for home, pool, and spa.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
14 minutes after the hour, sports. Anthony Solars made 27 saves in his first start since December 12th. Unfortunately, Mr. Solars plays goalie for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and they beat the Kraken 3-1 last night. Eli Tollivan had the only goal for Seattle, spoiling his shutout bid for Solars. Joey Decord made 27 saves in his third straight start. The Kraken have allowed 7 goals over the last 3 games in the first period. That's not good. They have a tendency to fall behind and not catch up. Seattle lost all 3 of those games, by the way. One more game before the All-Star break, or the midwinter break, whatever it is that you want to call it. They will be in Calgary to take on the Flames Saturday night at 7. Then they won't play again for about 10 days. Men's college basketball last night. Gonzaga took care of Loyola Marymount. Loyola Marymount used to be good. They're not anymore. 73-53, Oregon State held off Washington State 82-74. Women's college basketball, Gonzaga held court. They beat St. Mary's 69-58, a nice 11-point victory for the Lady Zags. Prep basketball scoreboard, they're now in the playoffs for the smaller schools. Cascade moves on. They eliminated OMAC in girls basketball 58-42. Lake Roosevelt over Liberty Bell 47-41. So Liberty Bell, their season comes to an end. Same deal for the Manson girls. They lost to Tenasket 53-38. Tenasket moves on in the playoffs. Prep boys basketball scoreboard again in some of the playoff action. OMAC ends Cascade season in a big way, 69-36 Pioneers over the Kodiaks. Liberty Bell eliminated Brewster from postseason contention, 74-56. Manson's season comes to an end. Tenasket got the better part of them, 69-51 in boys basketball. And in a non-playoff game, Pateros over Cascade Christian Academy, 53-46. Prep girls basketball schedule tonight, pretty light, all things considered. Eastmont will host the Moses Lake Mavericks at 5:30. Same tip-off for Wenatchee. They will be in Yakima, the gateway to Wapato, to take on Eisenhower. Sela plays host to undefeated Ellensburg at 5:30. Same time for Ephrata, welcoming Toppenish to town. Antioch is at Orville at 6 o'clock. Wilson Creek travels to Waterville-Mansfield. That girls' game will also tip off at 6 o'clock. Prep boys basketball schedule, same deal, just 2 hours later. Moses Lake will take on Eastmont at 7 o'clock. Wenatchee and Eisenhower at 7 o'clock. Sela and Ellensburg at 7 o'clock. Ephrata and Toppenish at 7 o'clock as well. Normally we would do the Saturday schedule as well, but quite frankly, we just don't have the time. But go get them, girls. The Wildcats and the Panthers are in Tukwila. Why they're being punished, I don't know, but that happens to be where the bowling alleys are. The 4A championship begins today. It's a 2-day tournament. It's a lot of bowling. Of course, Eastmont won not only the Columbia Basin Big Nine regular season title, they won the District 5 championship. The Wenatchee Panthers finished as runners-up in District 5. They're going as well. Both of these teams are familiar with hardware. They have both won multiple state championships. Go Eastmont, go Wenatchee. We'll know how they did by Saturday afternoon. And there's a football game too on Sunday of some importance, I'm told. It's the Eagles and the Chiefs. They'll be playing a football game in New Orleans, and we'll talk about more on that on Monday. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. 17 minutes after the hour, a lot of obscure holidays today. First of all, if you live in Grenada, happy Independence Day. Sorry about invading you guys all those years ago. Our bad. It's National Wear Red Day because February is Women's Heart Health Month, and this day specifically, February 7th, is the day that everybody should wear red. This is about the only thing I had that was really red, so on it goes. It's National Periodic Table Day. I don't know the periodic tables. National Send a Card to a Friend Day. Don't need an excuse. It's always nice to get a card in the mail anyway. National Fettuccine Alfredo Day. If I eat some of that, I'll take a nap. It's Bubblegum Day. It's Work Naked Day. I was thinking about doing that one. But what kind of visual element would you throw up on Work Naked Day? I discovered, though, that about 9% of the American workforce works naked. I'm assuming at home. We're not doing any of those. Today is Rose Day. Without question, probably the most popular flower of them all. Of course, roses carry a lot of symbolism, First of all, the colors, and this is important. A red rose means deep romantic love and romantic desire. A white rose signifies purity, spirituality, and innocence. That's why you'll find white roses at weddings. A pink rose signifies gratitude to a friend. A light pink rose signifies gentleness, grace, happiness, and admiration. A yellow rose signifies conflict, jealousy, and infidelity. Okay. An orange rose signifies passion, enthusiasm, and energy. A green rose, fertility and hope. A lavender rose means adoration and enchantment. And the dreaded black rose means death. But the number of roses also has meaning. One rose of any color signifies love at first sight. 2 roses means deep love. 3 roses are often reserved for anniversaries. 7 roses used for infatuations. 9 roses symbolizes eternal love, and 12 roses, the traditional dozen of roses, signifies perfect love. And by the way, nobody has ever sent me 12 red roses, which is fine by me. I don't know why they would. It's 20 minutes after the hour. Today in history, music history, about one of the biggest days ever. February 7th, 1964, ironically enough, also a Friday, 61 years ago today. 4 young gentlemen from Liverpool, England, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr, their plane lands in the United States at JFK International Airport to thousands of screaming fans. Beatlemania has begun. 2 days later, on Sunday night, they headlined the Ed Sullivan Show. 73 million people watched it. And everything that came before the Beatles and everything that came after the Beatles, that line was drawn. The Beatles come to America, and Beatlemania begins February 7th, 1964. 3 Super Bowls were played on this date, because we're doing Super Bowls this time of the year. Super Bowl XLIV in Roman numerals. That comes out to 44 in the rest of the world. The New Orleans Saints beat the Indianapolis Colts 31-17, held in Miami Gardens. This was the first Super Bowl in 16 years with both teams as the #1 seed in their conferences. The Colts were the #1 seed in the AFC. The Saints were the #1 seeds in the NFC. This was the 3rd most watched Super Bowl at the time. The average audience was 106.5 million viewers. Halftime show of Super Bowl 44, The Who, or as they say in Great Britain, Da-O. Super Bowl 44, held in the state 15 years ago. 9 years ago, it was Super Bowl 50. They didn't bother with the Roman numerals. It's the only time they didn't bother with the Roman numerals, because it was the golden anniversary, so they just went with the number 50. And the Broncos beat the Carolina Panthers 24-10 at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. This would be the last playoff game for the Broncos until this season. They went through a long playoff. They won the Super Bowl, and then they didn't make the playoffs for a long time. Halftime show of Super Bowl 50, Coldplay, Beyonce, and Bruno Mars. And February 7th, 2021, 4 years ago today, the Buccaneers beat the Chiefs 31-9 to win Super Bowl LV. That would be Super Bowl 55 at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. This was the first time a team played a Super Bowl in its home stadium. It was a home stadium of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but they played it right down the line. It was, they couldn't show favoritism. This was, of course, the COVID Super Bowl. Attendance was limited to just 25,000 people. And this was Tom Brady's 10th Super Bowl he played in, his 7th win, and he won the Super Bowl Most Valuable Player for the 5th time, Super Bowl 55. On this date 4 years ago today, birthdays. It's ironic that 2 of the most famous and successful authors ever share the same birthday. Charles Dickens. The work of Charles Dickens has never been out of print. The guy invented the cliffhanger. Charles Dickens, his writings were eventually published in book form, but when they originally came out, they came out in serials, in monthly magazines, and so you had to buy the magazine each month to keep up with the story. And he invented the idea of getting people involved in the story by ending each chapter with a cliffhanger, so you would have to buy next month's magazine. Of course, all of his work is just phenomenal. A Tale of Two Cities, A Christmas Carol, it's all good, and it's all out there for you to read. One of the most famous and wealthiest authors of all time, Charles Dickens, born in the state in 1812. I knew of Sinclair Lewis, but I had never read Sinclair Lewis until about 30 years ago, and my good friend Jonathan Oliver Byers, who loved the work of Sinclair Lewis, said, "You should read him. You'd like to read, Dan. Have you ever read Sinclair Lewis?" I said, "No." He said, "Read it." He was the first American to win the Nobel Prize in Literature. Pretty impressive, and his books are all phenomenal. I read them in order. I read Main Street, and then I read Babbitt, and then I read Aerosmith, which is my favorite Sinclair Lewis book. It's also the only Sinclair Lewis book I actually read twice, Aerosmith. Elmer Gantry, Dodsworth, It Can't Happen Here, the legendary Sinclair Lewis, born in the state in 1885. Garth Brooks is doing pretty good. The only artist in music history, regardless of genre, to have 9 albums certified diamond. by the Recording Industry Association of America. A diamond album is an album, a single album that sells at least 10 million copies. He has 9 albums that have sold at least 10 million copies, breaking the old record held by the Beatles at 6. Garth Brooks, 63 years old today. And Chris Rock, ranked number 5 on Comedy Central's list of the 100 greatest stand-up comedians of all time. He also ranks number 5 on Rolling Stone's list of the 50 best stand-up comics of all time. And Chris Rock is now officially caught up with me. He is 60 years old. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Talk about their Cash for Clunkers program. I could talk about it all day, but they got all the details. If your HVAC system needs, well, maybe just a brand new one, what they got with HVAC systems today are phenomenal, what they can do and how efficient they are. Give Alpine Air a call. For heat and air, call Alpine Air, our platinum sponsors. Going to take a break. Mike McNally's got an opinion, and then the last 2 candidates of the Apple Blossom Top 10 Royal Court candidates. You're going to hear from Addie Sangster and Yasmin Perez and their conversation with Eric as we lead up to tomorrow night's big night. It's coming up. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel. It's the NCWLIFE Community Calendar, a presentation of the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. The Kashmir Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant is Saturday, February 8th at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. 10 senior girls from the Wenatchee and Eastmont school districts will vie for the Royal Court and $31,000 in scholarships. Tickets can be purchased online or by visiting the PAX box office. And the pageant will be broadcast live on the NCWLIFE channel.
Her Royal Highness, Queen Ella Stimo!
Join NCWLIFE channel for live coverage of the Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant on Saturday, February 8th. Coverage is brought to you in part by our platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Harvest Valley Pest Control, Merry Maids, Together for Youth, and the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Join us for live coverage of the Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. Warm up with one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. So a friend posted on Facebook that Jesus was a socialist because he told us to feed people. Well, I mentioned that there's a difference. Jesus told me to feed people. He didn't tell the government to make me feed people. So, of course, some people jumped on my case for being, self-righteous, blah, 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 whatever I don't know. But look, you can attribute Jesus to your economic philosophy or your political beliefs, right or left. But it's not a question about whether Jesus is on your side or not. It's a question of whether or not you are on his side. This is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and that's my opinion.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager, and we have for you today Charlemagne. Charlemagne is our 1-year-old Shar-Pei mix, and he is just delightful. He came to us a few months ago now, far too long ago, as a stray. He was so sweet. Somebody found him and brought him into us, and yeah, nobody came for him. Since he's been here, he's been a volunteer favorite. I just grabbed him from a volunteer who didn't want to give him up from her walk. Yes, and he's learning so many things. He's so smart and he really wants to please. He's super affectionate. Yes, he just wants to be with you all the time. You're the good boy. We do know he can be a little selective with dog friends. So as always, we encourage people to bring their own dogs in if they have them to meet a dog they're interested in. With cats, of course, we don't know because he's a stray. He really likes his tennis ball. He becomes just a flailing leg puppy when he goes to jump after it. It's really cute. Yeah, he's just like a really unique, cool dog. He's beautiful. Yes, so super playful. Yeah, super affectionate. Yes, and yeah, he needs a home. Yes, you do. Charlemagne is still learning his commands, but he's really smart. He seems to be picking things up really fast, what we are showing him. And I think it was just, I think it wouldn't take him very long at all. Yes, you could learn lots of stuff. He's certainly eager to please. So if you'd like to come meet our Charlemagne, we are open 12:30 to 6, Thursday through Tuesday, or you can make an appointment online to come in on Wednesday.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up lifetime warranty.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, located in East Wenatchee, offers terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. From the golf course to the grill, you don't need to be a member to dine in style and play golf too. Highlander's well-groomed fairways and greens keep it difficult, yet friendly for your regular rounds of golf or a new destination for you and your out-of-town friends. Contact the Highlander Pro Shop today to schedule your tee time, outing, or tournament. Open 7 days a week, where everyone is welcome to play and eat.
Let Mary Maid's custom cleaning experts help you clean up your to-do list. Between work, kids, and pets, it's hard to find time to keep up. Let Mary Maids of Wenatchee help. Mary Maid's cleaning experts can help keep your home or business fresh, neat, and exactly how you'd clean it, if only you had the time. Call now for a free estimate, 509-663-1710. Serving Chelan and Douglas counties, Mary Maids, let us help.
When getting the job done right is job one, you need construction equipment that's built right. With durable Kubota engines, more comfort, and the versatility to do it all. You need the Kubota construction lineup. Right now, write it off the lot and write it off your taxes for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months or save up to $4,000.
Coverage of the 2025 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is brought to you in part by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air. Thanks for joining us here on the NCWLIFE channels. We get to introduce you to the top 10 candidates for the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant coming up on the 8th of February. We're going to meet Addie Sangster today. Addie is the daughter of Corey and Cindy. Addie, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks
Tell
for
me a
having
little bit about yourself before I get to my list of questions.
Ooh, okay. The good and the bad?
Whatever.
All right. So I go to Wenatchee High School. I turn 18 next month. I want to be an oncologist. That's my dream career. Maybe surgical, but I'm leaning towards medical. I have two shaky hands.
It's good to realize that now.
Yeah, exactly. My time management also is not very great, so that's a quality about me that I would like to improve.
Okay.
Same with my procrastination. So and patience. I'm not a very patient person, so I feel like I couldn't be in the surgical room that long.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
But, yeah, I don't know. What else?
Okay,
yeah.
Truth Consequences here with Addie Sangster, that's for sure. It says, okay, HOSA, tell me how to pronounce this. Anatomage?
Anatomage. Wait.
It says you're on the team for Anatomage?
Yes, Anatomage.
Okay,
yes.
all right. So what is that?
So the Anatomage team, I participated with 3 other people. And so basically there's this like huge table, and it's not really a table, it's super expensive. It's like this like interactive kind of board.
Okay. Okay.
Screen, basically. Okay. And you there has like different modes, and you basically point out like body parts, which is what we did.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just like a huge,
so it's
like
a really sophisticated game of operation.
Basically, yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's like basically what we did on the team.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So a pet, you have a pet?
I do.
You have a pet?
I do.
Okay, the name of the pet and what is it?
I have a dog. She is a yellow lab. Her name's Bella.
Bella.
And then I have 2 cats. I have Cooper, which is an orange tabby, and then Gracie, she's a gray tabby.
Okay.
And at my dad's, I have a Cocker Spaniel.
Okay.
Named Hammy.
All right. Does anybody get bedtime with you?
No.
Oh, see, now I wish I could have talked my daughter into that.
Yeah,
My dog goes over there and she comes home a wreck because she's getting to climb on the furniture. She's getting to get in bed with her, and I'm like,
yeah.
No.
See, I would allow it, but they just don't.
They have no interest?
Not the dogs,
okay.
but the cats do, and I just don't let them.
Yeah.
It keeps me up at night. Yeah.
You got to get your sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Addie, why did you decide to run for Apple Blossom?
Ooh, it was a long journey for me deciding this. When I was little, my sister did it. She was Princess Anissa, and I absolutely fell in love with like what she was doing. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna be queen one day. I was so confident. I was like, yeah, I'm totally doing this. And I just loved like everything about it. I don't know how you got to connect with your community. Obviously, when I was a little girl, I was like, I want the crown, I want the dress. But I saw how much fun she had. She got to do so many amazing things. So that kind of sparked my passion for it. Then I went along and I was like, I don't know if it's for me. I wasn't very good at public speaking before I started some of these clubs, and Apple Blossom has helped me a lot too, so much already. Yeah, I don't know, I went through a little time where I was like, I don't know if it's for me, I don't know if I'd be right for it, but I was like, I'm gonna do it, and if I get chosen, it's meant to be, and I'm ready for it, so.
So what's your favorite part of working at Dutch Bros?
Oh, gosh, I love working there. I kind of pinched myself to have that job. Our customers, I love them. When my favorite customers come by, like, I just get so excited. I love making them drinks, connecting with them. My coworkers are amazing. Same with the management team. It feels like my managers are like my best friends. So I just feel like we have like a community there as well, which I love to be a part of.
So with this Apple Blossom process, what, if anything, do you fear the most?
The time, the agenda, the calendar, all like the stress kind of that comes with it. That's probably what I fear the most, just because it's so much, and balancing that with school, and I'm not able to work as much, so I'm not getting as much money, you know, which is fine. I'll have the rest of my life for that. So it's just more like balancing school with Apple Blossom and clubs, and I still need to apply to a few colleges, so it's just, yeah. I think
it's a lot.
Yeah, just the managing it and balancing it. And
do you think that going through this will help you down the road with trying to balance all that?
Oh, yeah.
And stick to a calendar and things like that?
Yes, absolutely. I think this is the thing that's going to help me the most, honestly, in the future, because I have so much going on. Like, my brain is all over the place all the time, but it's really helped me already so far, just kind of like plan out my week, honestly, ahead of time, and I was not like that before. So, yeah.
So if I went to your best friend and said, okay, tell me about Addie, describe Addie, what would they say?
That's a good question. It's weird to talk about myself in their shoes, but I think that they would say she's loyal, forgiving, very forgiving. She's there when I need her. I think that's like one of the most important things. And trust, I feel like I have a very trusting relationship with my best friend. We've been best friends for 10 years now, so I think just growing up together, and I feel like we make each other better people, so I feel like she would say that.
Okay.
No.
All right. We'll take the cameras and find out later.
Okay.
Do you want to say who your best friend is, or do you have more than one?
I do have more than one.
Okay, well, don't, I don't want to short shrift anybody, so
yes.
You want to say hi to whoever it is? Or?
I have multiple best friends. Emmy is my husband, my best friend for 10 years. My best friend Callie, I've known her since I was a baby as well. I have so many friends and so many best friends. Deja's one of mine as well.
That's fair.
CC,
That's fair. Okay, gotcha. No matter what, makes you laugh every time?
Oh.
Could be anything or anyone.
My papa always makes me laugh. His dad jokes are so bad, but they always make me laugh because they're so bad.
Proudest moment. Wait, you talk about an invention. Okay, so you invented something to help young people? What did you invent?
I did it very vague on there. So
yeah, I was like, okay, I gotta find out more about this.
If I would have written more than that, I would have written a bunch. I love this topic. So in middle school, I don't have like a patent or anything, but in middle school, I was in this club called Studio. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Nope.
It's basically like an enrichment program. There's like multiple. There's newsroom and studio. Studio is for inventing, and I think it was in 5th grade. Yeah, I invented it was an idea basically. I invented an idea. We had to find a problem, and my problem was drowsy driving, and it has caused so many deaths and injuries, and so I was like, that's a really huge problem. So I'm gonna solve that. So I thought of this retina, red light, sensor that would go in your mirror somehow or up above, so it would be eye level, and it would notice if your eyes went off the road or if they closed, then it would start beeping, and it would have these effects to make you wake up basically. So I had this whole idea and I created this project about it, and then I had this little model. It was in a Barbie car, and it was really cool. But yeah, that was it. It was really cool.
All right. Well, best of luck.
Thank you.
Congratulations on top 10. That's huge to start with.
Thank you.
And we'll see you come pageant night, okay?
Sweet. Can't wait.
There you go. Addie Sangster joining us here on the NCWLIFE channel, one of our top 10 candidates. We will have the broadcast of the Apple Blossom Royalty Selection Pageant presented by Cashmere Valley Bank on Saturday, February 8th, with our countdown to coronation at 6:30 and, of course, pageant at 7 o'clock. Coverage of the 2025 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival on the NCWLIFE channel is brought to you in part by Merry Maids. Leaving your house cleaning chores to the caring team members at Merry Maids of Wenatchee is the easy way to have a completely clean home just the way you want it. For a free in-home estimate, call today, 509-293-4243.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Coverage of the 2025 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival on the NCWLIFE channel is brought to you in part by Harvest Valley Pest Control. You can rest assured with Harvest Valley Pest Control, they're using kid and pet safe material around your home or office. Call Harvest Valley Pest Control today for your free estimate at 509-423-2207. Thanks for joining us here on the NCWLIFE channel. We saved the best for last. We're meeting the top 10 candidates for the Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant. Joining us now, we have Yasmin Perez. She's the daughter of Santiago Perez and Isabet Torres. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. This is so exciting.
Before I get to my list of questions, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I am a Running Star student. I go to Eastmont High School and WVC. That experience has been filled with so much fun, and Apple Blossom so far has been very fun too.
Why did you decide to run for Apple Blossom?
I decided to run honestly because I had followed the past royalty with all the events that they got to do. I'm like, oh, that looks like so much fun. I would love to do that. And honestly, I was very nervous. I was very iffy at first. But actually, my friends were encouraging me, and I was like, you know what, maybe I'll give it a try. If I make it, I make it, you know?
So how old were you when you first kind of went, oh, wow, look at that?
I feel, because at a very young age, we would always go to the parade, and we had the same spot we would always sit every year. It was kind of next to, I can't even describe that, I have the picture in my head, but we'd always be there, and as a little girl, I would watch the princesses, the floats, the horses, everything. It was so pretty, and just being a little girl and seeing them in a dress is wow, that's a princess right there.
Sure.
That's so exciting.
That's awesome. You say in your bio that you job shadow at dentist offices more than one?
Yeah.
Okay. So why? What's your interest in dental work?
Yes, so I started job shadowing at the dental offices because I hope to hopefully one day become a dental hygienist. And with that, I did the job shadowing there just to get to see more one-on-one of how the patient and the dental hygienist interact. And I feel with those experiences, I was able to see just how much of a community is not only within the workers themselves, but with the patient and the worker as well.
So did you have a good experience at the dentist,
yes.
Or do you know somebody that works in the hygienist field, or how did that become an interest for you?
Yeah, so I was thinking about the medical field. I was set on that. But I found myself every time I would go to the dentist, I was like, this is kind of cool. I would love to do this. So then I did my research. I did some shadowing on my own just to see how it would be. And then I knew it was for me just because of, I was learning, especially I feel the dental offices I went to, they were the family dental. They're they're kind of close to the college, but I went to them and they were super sweet. They're the reason I'm this is it, because they were just so helpful. I learned so much. They took the time to show me their models and what every little example was. It was really exciting.
Okay, all right, that's awesome. You say in your bio that you like to hike a little bit. So what's your favorite hike in the Wenatchee Valley?
My favorite hike would have to be Silver Falls. It was one of the first hikes that I had. My aunt took me with my two aunts, my cousin and my sister, and it was so much fun. The view is actually beautiful. If you guys haven't tried it, it's so beautiful. There's a bunch of flowers or little waterfalls, and the top is so worth it. The waterfall is huge, and I was this tiny in the little picture. It was so much fun.
Bring your bug spray if you go.
Oh yes.
Depending on the time of year.
Thank you.
Yeah, the mosquitoes can be awfully bad up there at times. So this process is daunting.
Yes.
Is there a part of it that you fear the most?
I think this comes with just being like such a public figure, going from just being just a normal teenager, you know, doing whatever, to actually being seen by others as like an important role model, I think that just making sure I have the proper like etiquette, make sure I present myself well, like I think that is what makes me most nervous.
Okay, all right. If I went to your best friend and said, okay, tell me about Yasmin, what would they say?
They would definitely have to say I talk a lot. As you guys can see, I tend to talk and talk and talk. That's how I've been ever since I was a little girl. I love to start a good conversation. I love a good laugh. I mean, oh, and when I laugh, I tend to be all over the place. I can't just stay still. I'm like laughing down here, I'm laughing up here. It's a whole mess.
Well, that kind of goes to my next question because it's about laughter. And what makes you laugh every time, no matter what?
Oh, that's hard. I'm the type of person who would laugh almost about everything. So what can make me laugh? A person who always tends to make me laugh regardless is my little brother and my little sister, Isaac and Briella. They are such like goofballs, and when they're together, it's a whole mess. Like it's like it doesn't even make sense what they're saying, but it's so funny. It's so cute. They always make me laugh.
I forgot to ask you when we're talking about your best friend or friends, would you like to tell us who your best friend is or friends right now?
Ooh, my best friends would definitely have to be one of the Apple Blossom girls right now, probably Mia, because I feel like I've grown to know her very well right now. And we get to like do all this awesome stuff together, which is so much fun. And then another friend I've had for a very long time is Alan. He's very fun, and I feel like with him I can just be myself, we can have fun and just live life to the fullest.
With this process for Apple Blossom and all of the education you're getting and all of the different things that go into it, what's the hardest part for you?
With like the Apple Blossom process in general? Yeah. I would say time management, because it is a lot, but it's genuinely so rewarding. It's not something I would like push aside in a sense. Like it is a lot, but it's very rewarding. And I think as time has gone by, I've learned to like manage my time better and just learn to be more in the moment and just enjoy everything that's going on.
I think this had to do with your top 10 speech. You talked about your little sister, right?
Yes.
And it says in your bio that if you could trade places with anybody, it would be your 3-year-old sister. Why?
Well, like I said, this girl's a goofball, and she talks a lot like me. My family used to call me a perica, which is a parrot in Spanish, and they just talk and talk and talk and talk. And that's how she is too, and she's so smart. She's 3 years old, so she's very tiny, but this girl can talk to you about anything. You can have a conversation with her. She's genuinely so smart. She surprises me with the stuff she comes up with.
And I guess trading places with a 3-year-old would take a lot of responsibility off your plate for at least a day,
100%.
right?
I mean, you're just chilling, eating some snacks, watching some TV, basically.
Okay, all right, that's good. With the workplace, you work at Olive Garden.
Yes, I do.
We could say that, okay. What's your favorite part about working there?
100% the people. Right off the bat, when I was starting, this was my first job, so I was kind of nervous, trying to make a good impression. But the people were just so welcoming. If I was confused and I was like, how the heck do I do this? They were helping me. And they just made me feel comfortable with asking for help. And the environment itself is very nice. I get around people my age so I can talk to them easily. The manager's awesome. I couldn't ask for anything better.
Okay, well the slogan is, what is it, when you're here, you're family, so it must feel, feel like family.
100%. They live by that slogan and they stand by it proudly.
Is there a question that I didn't ask you that you wished I would have?
That's a good question.
I'm sure you thought about coming in here today and what kind of questions I might ask you. What did I not ask you that you were really ready for?
Honestly, I was expecting for those questions like, what's your favorite part about Apple Blossom, about the Valley? I was ready for that one. I was like, oh, let's go.
Okay. All right, that's good. Well, best of luck to you in this whole process, and
Thank
congratulations on reaching the top 10. That's a big thing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, that's Yasmin Perez joining us here on the NCWLIFE channel, our 10th and final candidate for the Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant coming your way on Saturday, February 8th. We'll have our pregame, if you will, the countdown to coronation at 6:30, and of course the pageant at 7 o'clock. Join yours truly and Julie Agins-Kuntz of Queen from 1974 here on the broadcast as well on the NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station. Coverage of the 2025 Washington State Apple Blossom Festival on the NCWLIFE channel is brought to you in part by Together for Youth. They'd like to encourage you to dispose of unused and expired prescriptions to protect youth and the environment. Find a kiosk near you by visiting medproject.org.
Her Royal Highness, Queen Ella Stimo!
Join NCWLIFE channel for live coverage of the Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant on Saturday, February 8th. Coverage is brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Harvest Valley Pest Control, Merry Maids, Together for Youth, and the Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center. Join us for live coverage of the Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE channel.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
At Kennedy Group, we understand that buying and selling is more than a transaction, and it's more than just a house. This is where you will gather with friends and family, and where a lifetime of memories will be made. But buying a home is more than memories. Oftentimes, it's your biggest financial decision. The agents at Kennedy Group understand this and provide real estate advice based on your goals and dreams. Call us today and let's find your happy place.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Remember when you could afford to have fun on two wheels without breaking the bank? Maybe you started on a Honda Z50 or a Trail 70 or one of the most popular Hondas of all time, the Trail 90. Well, Honda and Doghouse Motorsports are making fun affordable again. Introducing the Honda Monkey, the Dax, and the new updated Trail 125, all featuring fuel-injected four-stroke engines with electric start. The best part of all, they are affordably priced under $5,000. Whether you're just getting started or you want to get back at it, Doghouse Motorsports has you covered.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Going to wrap up the week with a little shop talk, if you don't mind. Of course, tomorrow night, as you know by now, we'll be there at the America Performing Arts Center for the Royalty Selection Pageant, brought to you by Cashmere Valley Bank. We were there last night. They did dress rehearsal. We ran all of our cables and got all of our cameras set up. 5 cameras this year at the America Performing Arts Center. It's the most we've ever had for the pageant, so we'll give you all of the good stuff. But one of the cool things about doing and watching the dress rehearsal last night is that you got to see all 10 candidates give their original speech. Each candidate during the first part of the show gives a 3-minute original speech without cue cards, without notes. And so we got to see all 10 of those speeches that they'll be doing again on Saturday night. And this is good stuff. Some real talent there. The judges are going to have a heck of a time. And another reminder, because it is a pageant, we don't take commercial breaks. We're going to take it right through. So super duper thanks to our sponsors who are sponsoring the pageant, but their commercials don't air until intermission because that's just the way it is. Again, 6:30 airtime for the pregame show, so to speak, with Eric and Julie, and the pageant itself will begin shortly after 7. It'll go right through until intermission. We'll take a break. And then we'll find out who the Royal Court will be tomorrow night. Looking forward to that. It's going to be really cold next week, folks. We've had some pretty chilly temperatures over the last 5 or 6 days, but nothing compared to what's coming our way. Keep in mind our normal afternoon high is 39 and our normal overnight low is 26. You can pretty much forget about that. These are some of the areas in our viewing area and how cold it's going to get as more Arctic air moves into our region from Canada. It's going to be cold. For the foreseeable future from the National Weather Service, sunshine and a high of 32, 17 for the overnight low tonight. No sun on Saturday, taking the day off with a high of 31. Partly cloudy Saturday night, 16 for the overnight low. Lots of sunshine for Super Bowl Sunday. Super Bowl is a registered trademark of the National Football League, all rights reserved. And then here comes a really cold air. Overnight lows in the single digits. Have a great weekend. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Until then, bye-bye.